You know, there's one question that bothers even the most learned sportscasters. What do football players actually talk about in a huddle? Let's take our mic in this Buffalo Bill huddle and listen.
Hey, fellas, I'm new here in the Niagara Frontier, and I'm looking for a place to bank. Can you help me out?
The Marine Trust Company's the place for you. They run a regular financial department store.
That's right. No matter where you live or work in Western New York, there's a full-service Marine bank office nearby.
Well, look, I hate to interrupt you executives, but the timekeeper's got an anxious look on his face.
Okay. Listen, let's make it play 62. And you financial wizards, remember, that's the number of offices Marine has for your banking convenience. Let's go get it.
Okay.
Years is a long time to wait for a friend. But the city of Buffalo waited, sometimes impatiently, and hoped, oft-times against hope, for the return of professional football, gone since 1949. Suddenly, the waiting and the hoping were over. The season of 1960 would see the return of professional football to Buffalo. Yes, the Bills had indeed come home. Ralph C. Wilson, Jr. of Detroit was granted a franchise in the new America. He announced plans to locate in Buffalo. Many details had to be worked out quickly. Most pressing was the problem of a playing home for the Bills. Buffalo officials offered 100% cooperation. Thus, with a minimum of delay and negotiation, the lease for the stadium was signed in the office of Mayor Frank Sedita. An organization had to be formed immediately. Wilson selected his chief administrative officer, a man of vast experience, and he signed Dick Gallagher as general manager. The Bills moved into offices at 164 Franklin Street, but something terribly important continued missing until...
My name's Buster Ramsey, and I've come to coach the Buffalo Bills. What do you say, let's get started?
Ramsey wasted no time in acquiring a working staff. Pro veterans Harvey Johnson, Floyd Breezy Reed, and Bob Dove were signed on as assistant coaches. The Bills began to sign players. Richie Lucas, All-America from Penn State, Tennessee captain Joe Schaefer. Then Tommy O'Connell came into the fold, and over 80 additional contracts were to be received as time went on. Then there was the matter of equipment. Before long, Buster was up to his neck in pants, pads, jerseys, tape, socks, shoes, liniment, and 1,001 other supplies, without which neither he nor equipment manager Ed Dingman could hope to operate.
As we progressed, I thought I'd go out and take a look at the stadium. This was my first look. I almost collapsed. I was sure we'd never play in 1960. But thanks to the wonderful efforts of so many people, everything was ready in time. Things were very hectic for the coaches getting started.
And there were tickets to be sold.
You do what you have to, though. But when training camp was ready to open, we were ready to go.
On July 11th, the Bills established headquarters for training at East Aurora's Roycroft Inn. The Seymour Knox Polo Field became the Bills' practice ground. Practice, practice, and more practice. And plenty of meetings, too, all designed to separate 35 men from the original 80 boys.
July the 29th, the city laid out the welcome mat for the squad with a big parade.
Over 100,000 people lined Main Street to welcome the Bills back home and to wish them well the following evening's preseason opener with the Boston Patriots.
I wish we could have come through for all our fans from the start, but it wasn't to be. The team had many weaknesses we couldn't strengthen immediately. Injuries hurt us, and we didn't have much luck. I remember better than anyone, we lost 4 of our 5 preseason games, then 4 of our first 5 regular season contests. I've got some game action sequences over here that will show you better than I can explain what happened. I think you'll understand why I wasn't happy. Kill the lights, Breezy.
These consecutive plays in the opening game with the Titans at New York cost the Bills the services of quarterback Tommy O'Connell and then halfback Richie Lucas for the rest of the afternoon. The offensive line was a sieve. Bills replacement quarterback Bob Broadhead lost 11 on this play. Defensive mistakes gave veteran pros like the Titans' Don Maynard opportunities to make spectacular catches like this one. Smart quarterbacks like Al Doro made things tough for the Bills' eager but so inexperienced defensive lineman. He goes the distance here. This time, Doro in the white jersey sets up the winning New York score in the final 2 minutes against the Bills at Buffalo. He romps 16 yards on this play. Now from the 16-yard line, Doro rolls out, spots daylight, and is finally downed on the Bills' 1. He dives over for the score. Doro's touchdown wouldn't have meant a thing if a few minutes earlier, Wilmer Fowler hadn't muffed a perfectly thrown touchdown pass from Tommy O'Connell.
Turn the lights on, Breeze, will you? Just like the second game with New York, there were a couple other games the coaches thought we might have won during the early part of the season. But we kept throwing the football in the other guy's hands, and that hurt us, especially in our home opener with Denver.
This interception cost the Bills a probable touchdown. Deep in Bronco territory, linebacker Buddy Alliston picks off a Tommy O'Connell pass and carries it 65 yards. Alliston's interception may have cost the Bills a touchdown. Johnny Pyatt's theft was much more costly. It was the winning touchdown in Denver's 27-21 victory.